Hello, how are you doing? I'm your host, King, my kings and queens. What I like to say is if you're dealing with a difficult class, fifth grade, eighth grade, seventh grade, it doesn't matter. Please don't get discouraged. Please don't get upset. Please don't get frustrated. Please don't let the kids run you out. School as an educator, you're very smart. They're very smart too, but even though they're very smart, you're very intelligent. You understand? What I want to tell you is if, he, if most of the kids respect you, but you get one, two, or four students who disrespect you, who always have something to say. If they say they don't care, you can say, "So why you don't care? I'm gonna meet you where you at." Um, this is gonna be the I care side. I don't care side because remember what I told you in the other video. You are more wittier than the kids, believe it or not. They might have a quicker delivery than you. They might have a sharper tongue, but doesn't mean that they're witty. So don't make them feel that they can outwit you. You can outwit them in more ways than one. So for every they don't care, you have about a million. You do care moments. And so don't let them intimidate you when they say they don't care. You say, so how come you feel that way? Sometimes you guys do a little counseling, because then that could throw them off guard too. And then they say because I can or because I feel like it. He said that you can challenge them, but don't force it either. Ask them once, twice, but then leave it alone. Because the reason I said, how can you feel that way? Because you are exploring their choices and their consequences. Where they're in the middle, they made a choice. Then in other words, you tell them, "Are you sure you really want to go the I don't care path? You could go. You could join me in the I care path before it's too late." Another thing to keep in mind too is if they keep saying they don't care, don't get upset, don't get frustrated, don't say whatever, because then you are letting them control your emotions. I know it could be annoying, I know it could be frustrating that they respect who they want to respect the kids. They don't respect you in that level yet. Even if they takes them a long time to respect you, you're still a good teacher. You're still a good person. Don't let them make you feel that you don't know what you're doing. You don't know what you're saying. That you're a lousy person. If they say they don't care, or if they always have something to say, don't let them take you out your character. Don't let them press your buttons, because some of those kids' jobs is to make people's life miserable. Believe it or not, and they want to scare you out of school. Don't let them scare you out to school. And you don't want to go back and forth with the kids in front of another teacher or principal or superintendent where you are evaluated. You understand? So that's why you got to be creative. The more they come at you hard, the more creative you become. That's what I'm saying. To meet them where they're at by having an I don't care section. You could say, this side is for the I care students. This side is for the I don't care students. So give me thumbs up if you care. Give me thumbs up why you don't care. And take it from there. You can say that I'm not gonna punish you, because sometimes you have to let the kids express themselves. Just the only thing that you won't tolerate is them say they don't care to you in a mean way, in a harsh way, in a brutal way, in a ruthless way. So they can say they don't care, but as long as they don't do so where it puts you down and try to build them up, you say that's the exception of the rules. And you can say, I'll give you. You can say I'll give you an example why I don't care what people think. So say I don't care about it. Make it clear about where you say you're not saying that you don't care about them. You can say I don't care about what people think. People might talk about my bald headed head. You can say I have eyes on the back of my head, but I'm still going to do what I need to do and teach you. See, so kids think that when they say they don't care, that it's getting at teachers and that they're giving up and that they have the upper hand. So you can say you could care about what people think. You cannot care about. In other words, you could say, I don't care about what people think, but I'm still going to do what I want to do, what I care about. So you could say, you could kind of care and not care at the same time. But you got to be careful with especially the fifth graders, because they're real technical and they'll be confused. And I don't want to gaslight you and give you a hard time with that. So just say that you can not care what people think, and still care about how you feel, care about what you want, care about your hobbies, care about um, leisure activities, care about family and friends, care about yourself. So, so you could um, mold the student when they say they don't care and turn it from a negative to positive. So that's me. I don't care, man. Where I'm gonna turn your I don't care to my care. I'm gonna turn the I don't care into I do care. You say I'm not gonna give up until I find out you care about something. When they say they don't care, they're testing you. They want to see how you will respond. So if you respond in a way where they least expected, then maybe you could gain their trust or respect. So when students who are but where you button heads and clicking, clashing with them all the time, they feel that they don't trust you. They can't run the class. You can't control the class. So that's why you have to try to establish rapport with them, earn their trust without you um, pleasing them, doing what they want to do all the time. And with those hardcore students, sometimes yelling may not be the fix all. Sometimes it is with the class in general, but if the student is keep going back and forth and saying, yelling's not gonna make me listen to you, it's gonna make me rebel or be stubborn against you, they kind of give you the answer of how to approach them. So maybe you had to talk to them in a more level-headed manner, in a more counseling manner, maybe put them one to one. If that doesn't work, after you try it more than once, more than twice, more than three times, then you had to do a referral and take points so they won't keep distracting the class, so they won't keep thinking that they can leave the class whenever they want, so they won't keep on over talking you while you're communicating to the class, so they won't try to interrupt your lesson plan or your teaching, and they think that they can run around, they can look out the window without your permission, they can sit in a teacher's chair, they can do whatever they want, because they don't do it in other class. And you get in the same expectation that they're not going to do in your class. If they say something smart, put a name on the board, take away points, and write in a referral. The reason I say write in a referral, because that's your receipt, that's your proof that this student is being a disturbance to your class. The student is disrespecting you. The student is being uncompromising or unaccommodating. Well, they're not supposed to accommodate you, but they're supposed to cooperate with you, especially if you're giving them simple directions and they're making everything difficult. They basically making your career school year a living nightmare, and it doesn't have to be. It shouldn't have to be. So what you have to do is, even if you have to do it every day or every other day, they'll be afraid of requesting to the disciplinarian. They be put on a school suspension or home suspension because you can't tolerate the disrespect anymore. That you don't want to tolerate the disrespect from the two, three, or four students that I mentioned for the rest of the year because it's not fair to you. It's not fair to the class. They'll be afraid of speaking up. But the reason I said this is your proof because you could tell the disciplinarian that the student is a nuisance or you want. But if you don't write it down, doesn't mean a thing. Then it's as if you're speaking in vain. So when you put in the referral, that's the paperwork. It's similar to getting a divorce or getting separated. Um, well, I'll explain the difference in a minute, but it's similar to you saying you went away with your significant other. Because it's not work, you tried everything, but it's not work, you still love them, you still care about them, but you got to get a divorce. So even though you might be separated, doesn't mean that you legally divorced yet. So you got to sometimes go through the proper paperwork. Kids work the same way. And not saying you divorcing kids is similar, it's a similar process. If you want the law to implement the action, you got to make the first move. You got to actions speak louder than words. So if you want people to honor you or take you seriously, you gotta take more action and start to take more action with the kids. The kids just give you see right now they all bark. You gotta be the bite uh, for them to respect you. I said, oh, the teacher means business. The teacher's not playing. The teacher's growing tough skin. The teacher's not talking back to us anymore. The teacher is really implementing the rules, and that's what will help them follow the rules too. You follow the rules by writing them up. If you don't write them up, you're not following the rules. They say, why should they? So when you write them up repeatedly, more than once, more than twice, more than three times, then they will start getting it, and they will start respecting you. You might go through a couple of days, couple of weeks, maybe a month tops of torture. But if you do this now, I promise you that this will make your school year a lot easier. But don't try to be nice, don't try to be patient, don't try to be tolerant, don't think that you can't control the class or control that one student. You have to do what you have to do and write a referral, even if you have to do it every day. Even if you write a referral and then they're going back to recess after you write the referral for them to have in school suspension and they still in recess, even if they disrespect you in recess, you might have to write another referral. I know it seems as if you are tattling on them, but you don't want them to um, torment you or the class or terrorize the class. So you want to make it easier for yourself. You still care and respect them, but they gotta care and respect you too. Even if they don't care, but they gotta still respect you. You said, even though you don't care, you still gotta respect me as you respect other students. There's nothing wrong with saying that. So when you write the students up, you're being official with it. When you just say the student is doing this, is doing that to you, it's as if you murmuring and complaining. You're not taking any action. It's unofficial. You gotta go from the unofficial to official. For them to officially respect you, you gotta put in the paperwork and write um, referral. The sooner the better. Even a minute into class or 30 seconds into class, if that one student is rolling their eyes or say something smart, one word, you gotta write it down. I know it might be time consuming. Maybe you could do the referral on your phone. It doesn't have to be long, but you took the courage, you took the step. This could change your life. This could change the student life too. Where you saving the student too because you tell them that them respecting who they want to, they disrespect who they want to is not gonna fly because then they'll be in for a rude awakening. So you don't enable them, don't protect them because there's gonna be people who is gonna show them um, who runs the show. And you rather than learn it from you instead of learning from somebody else who is more, who doesn't have the tolerance, the patience as you. You should be tolerant and patient while still disciplining them. In other words, you're doing this now so you can protect them from being behind bars, protect them from being in jail, where they act all hot and mighty, like saying they don't care. But you can say, we'll see how it looks like when you're out of high school and you continue to have that same mentality of you not caring. So you're doing this now, so so you won't regret not doing it later on. So don't go easy on them because they're not gonna go easy on you, and don't apologize because they're not gonna apologize to you. But if you say if you got out your character, you might have lost your tone, if you might have said something that you kind of regret saying or saying whatever, or the kids keep saying, don't talk to me, um, don't go back and forth with them because then you stoop into their level. But I know sometimes you gotta let them know that you're the adult and that they can't say what they want to say. But after you said what you need to say and they keep on going, then you implement the referral. You implement a recommendation of in-school suspension or home suspension because if you don't, then they could pick on you. Then they may bully the other students, and then they may want to fight, and then that's on you. That's in your hands. So you got to make the move. It's up to you. It's not up to them. Even if they say they don't care, it's still not up to them. It's up to you. By you caring, you notarize your I don't care. You notarize that I care. You stamp it by sending the students out your class. According to the security is okay, but when you put in a referral, then the security had no choice but to listen to you. If you say, I want the students to move out the classroom without the referral, the security guard might talk to the student one on one and then bring them back in your class. But when you do the referral, when you take pictures of the student's name on the board, when you show everybody, the disciplinarian, the principal, the security guard, they have no choice but to listen to you because you taking the steps. See, and you could be the first person to really take discipline the students seriously. See, because maybe the other teachers may be afraid of disciplining the students because they think that they can't control the student. So you could take a stand. You can change the dynamic of how the school is functioning. Or, in other words, if you start writing a referral, then other teachers will start writing a referral, then everybody will be on your team and discipline the difficult students. You could be a leader in your own right. This is your test. This is your time. Don't keep tolerating disrespect. Don't tolerate back talk. Don't tolerate them walking in and out of class whenever they want to. Don't keep repeating yourself too. Because you speak well, you speak clearly. Don't say it 3 times in a row by saying, come back here, come back here, come back here. Because they say, oh, you're not going to do anything. It's similar to a parakeet, how most people usually don't pay attention to the parakeet. I don't want your heart to hurt with frustration, with disappointment, with embarrassment, with depression, where you think that you can't get a handle of these difficult kids. You can. It all comes down to writing them down. Before you call the security, before you call the disciplinarian or principal, you got to write it down. That's your proof. That's you. If you see something, say something, write it down. That's you being your own therapist, your own caseworker, your own social worker. Yeah, this is your insurance, if you will. This is your certification. This is your warranty. And in other words, if something was bad to happen, you don't want the parents or the principal to say, why you didn't write it down, why you didn't let us know? We didn't know. You were saying it, but you didn't write it down. See, so when you write it down more than once, more than twice, for every difficult student who gives you a hard time or says something smart, you write it down, then they have no choice but to honor what you say. And even if they don't honor it, you rather them, it be on them instead of be on you. Because you're taking the protocol, the steps to make sure that the disrespectful child or students get the type of discipline or help that they need so this won't keep happening. Don't baby them because they're not going to baby you. Don't be afraid of being stern too by saying no seats. Don't change your mind too because, oh, look, I could manipulate the teacher. Watch how fast I make him or her change their mind. He said, no, seat, we'll see about that. And then 5 minutes later, when you let students sit in their seats. So you got to be stern and tell them no teacher's chair, no sitting in the back chair, no sitting on the stools until you do your work. For right now, no means no. Don't ask me anymore. That's how you got to speak to them, even the fifth graders. You have to. Another thing to make it fair, just discipline the difficult students. The students who's being good, you could reward them or govern them accordingly. Because it's not fair for the other class, which this is most of the good kids to suffer. It won't be fair to them. But then they may turn on you too if you try to discipline the whole class. Just discipline those 3 or 4 difficult students in your class. If they say, can I go to the bathroom? Okay, thank you. You say, whoa, 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 not so fast. Sit, because you didn't give me a chance to respond. You're going to wait for 5 minutes. Don't be afraid of telling the students they have to wait for 5 minutes, even the hardcore students. And another thing, too, is you could pick up patterns, too, for those 1 or 2 students who like to go to the bathroom. You can say, nope, you got to wait for 5 minutes. I know you have to go because those 2 students who go to the bathroom every day, as soon as class open, they're trying to pull a quick one on you and take advantage of the situation. Don't let them take advantage of you. Don't be afraid of telling them no. They gotta wait. They gotta do their work. They gotta do something. And another thing too is if the student says they won't listen to you, if they are bold enough to say that, you can say, if you don't listen to me, you will listen to the uh, referral list. You'll listen to in school suspension. You'll listen to a Saturday detention. You listen to home suspension. And another thing too is to take it a step further from the referral. If the principal, or not the principal, but the disciplinarian is not really honoring the referral, because it's tough to be a disciplinarian because you got to handle multiple out of control students. It's not an easy task. Or another thing too is don't let the kids become dependent on going to the disciplinarian instead of going to you. Because then I don't want the disciplinarian to come to you and think that you can't control the class or you can't control a student because they're coming to the disciplinarian for every single thing. So you got to be firm with the students, to the nice students who try to help you by saying, you need me to go to the disciplinarian. He said, no, I got it. Or even if they said, oh, somebody wrote a love note to me. Can I go to the disciplinarian? classroom, and that's not a good look for you. Especially if it become a habit. Don't let it become a habit. They got to sit in their classroom. You say you'll be fine. The class is a safe environment. Nobody's in trouble yet. Just do your work. I will handle it accordingly. Let's just take care of this. I know this is important to you. I know this is serious to you, but I need you to trust me. Do what I say. Don't keep on explaining it to them. They gotta listen to you saying things the first time. Not you got to keep on convincing them and negotiating with kids 10, 11, 12, 13-year olds all the time. You shouldn't have to. That's unnecessary. That's redundant. Respect them, but you got to bend over backwards and explain things to them. Be patient with them, of course, but don't say because of this, because of that, because of X, Y, and Z, but they're not going to expect that from you for the rest of the school year. He said, it said, why? Because I need you to listen to, or I need you to listen to me, or because I asked you to, or because I said so. Plain and simple. Don't ask me anymore. Don't be afraid of saying that to the students, whether the nice students, the medium students, the in between students, or the good students. Getting back to my next point, if you feel the referral is not going anywhere, but please give it a chance. But if it's not going anywhere in terms of the school paying attention or honoring your referrals, because you know the referrals are important, you got to treat it as a recommendation. It's up to the principal to proceed to the next step in terms of discipline or suspending the students. But if you think that the referral is not um, really working in your benefit and making the child respect you after you try it once, twice, three times, or four times, then you could attach the referral to calling the parents. You really don't need the principal or disciplinarian um, permission. If the student keep talking back and forth with you, even if you have to call them during recess to make an example of them, so be it. Don't be afraid if the child is rough and you think the parent's going to be rough, and I understand you. As long as you tried it, once you got to try anything and everything with these kids in this day and age, it takes a village and an army to raise a child. It takes a toolbox full of tools to raise a child. So you got to use all your tools. So if writing a name doesn't work, then you go with a referral. If the referral doesn't work, then you have to call the parents on your phone. But be afraid of calling the parents on your phone. And what you do too is keep the kids, the other class, busy. Get them an easy assignment. I'll take them 10, 15 minutes so the parent could talk to your, that disruptive student. But don't let it be too long on your phone, maybe 5 minutes or so, because you can say, thanks for hearing me out, and I appreciate you um, picking the call during your busy schedule, but I had to get back to my class. I just wanted to let you know. And because if you don't explain, then the parents say, why are you calling me if you're rushing me? So you got to be prepared for everything. But get back to what I was saying. You can say, I appreciate you hearing me out in terms of the child distracting the class. Your child has potential. Mix it with something positive. Deep down inside, the child has the potential to be a good and productive student. But right now, I just need your help, your teamwork, and your support to help me reach your child in different areas. But I don't mean to rush at this time. I got to continue to teach the class. But thanks for listening to me. You have a great day. That's how you can handle calling your, the child's parent on your phone. So it'll be 5 minutes. 10, 15 minutes is pushing it. Because the reason I say it's pushing it, because if you're on the phone with the parent for 10 or 15 minutes, that's where the other class might go out of control. The parents hear it and the parents. So not only do you not have control over my child, you don't have control over the class. So no wonder they running you dry or raggedy. See, you don't have control. So that's why you got to be smart, cognizant, and not be afraid of ending the conversation on the phone short. Try to keep it as short as you can. But short and sweet and respectful. Be respectful of the parent. Overall, the steps you do to discipline rebellious or stubborn child, you write the name on the list, on the board. take a picture. If that doesn't work, you take away points. If that doesn't work, do a referral. If that doesn't work, you call the child's parent name and have the phone number already in hand, where you have easy access to. Just as you have the referral already prepared, because you know that out of control student is not going to stop. So you got to be ready for them. You got to be 10 steps ahead of them so they won't be 10 steps ahead of you. Once again, if you get the students to line up and they act like they didn't hear you in terms of coming to join the line with the other students, and for example, you're at the back of the hallway and the students, those difficult, rough, tough students or busy students are at the front of the hallway, you can say, look at this line, look at where the students is, look at where you are at. I'm gonna give you a second to make the right decision to redeem yourself. Then you can say, if you don't listen to me, you'll listen to the dean's list, you'll listen to the referral, where everybody's gonna go on a field trip, and you will miss a field trip since you're making that action, since you are making the choice to be defiant with me when I haven't done anything wrong to you. There's nothing wrong with speaking along those terms. Try to be sarcastic and condescending. I said, "Oh, I see you could count." If you counted backwards to 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and say, "Oh, I see you could count," and they clap or give you a thumbs up. See, they trying to show off and try to insult you. They trying to bring you down. If you want to, you can say, "Well, I see you could listen too," and take it from there by saying, "See, I know you could listen when you want to." So what I'm saying is, say what you need to say, but let it be a purpose. Don't just go back and forth with the heck for the heck of it. Because then you know tit for tat. Then you are going to the child's level. They could be 10 years old. Then you being 5 years old. I say, oh, she's talking back and forth with me. I'm gonna go back and forth with her to get the last word. Don't just let it be a back and forth match to get the last word. Because then that's not teaching. That's you just. But I know the student might need it, and it's understandable why you are doing what you're doing. So the student will over talk you, overpower you, or dominate you. But let it be a purpose. Let it be for a good cause. Let it be for a reason. So say what you need to say, but the student still has something to say. That's on them to get the last word. So let it be on you to get the last word. Where the teacher or disciplinarian said, don't follow them. In other words, you say what you need to say, and they keep on going. You're picking your battles. You choose your battles wisely. See, let them expose their hand. Don't expose your hand. See, if they keep going back and forth, let the teacher, the principal, see that they're going back and forth. See, when you try to get the last word there, see, you going back and forth. So don't let the kids outsmart you. You outsmart the kids as psychology, reverse psychology, if you will. And if the students say they don't care, you can say, well, I do care. Checkmate. Get on the line. Listen up. Or if the students say they don't care, you can say, I don't care is I do care is right and all right. So you have an important decision to make. Are you going to keep on not caring, or are you going to mix it up and give I do care a try? It's up to you. I don't care is down to you. I care is up to you. Which one are you going to do? Go up with I don't care. Go down with I don't care. Go up with I care. It's nothing for you to think about. You just think about it. Just remember what we talked about. Excuse me if I'm stuttering or stumbling. Remember, you could be a good talker while still having a slight stammer at the same time. But I think I said everything I need to say. Thanks for listening to me for 30 minutes. I appreciate you. Please have a good one. See you later. Stay blessed. God bless. I will talk to you later.